Hi, I'm Terry Tucker, author of Sustainable Excellence, 10 Principles to Leading Your Uncommon and Extraordinary Life. Welcome to another edition of Sustainable Excellence Extras. Today, I'd like to talk with you about how even the most powerful and influential individuals have trouble keeping a great idea moving forward. The next time you can't get buy-in on a really good idea, take heart from a bit of history. Sometimes even the most dynamic leaders can't get a good or even an excellent idea rolling and keep it rolling, like Thanksgiving Day in the United States. On October 3rd, 1789, President George Washington issued a proclamation appointing Thursday, November 26, 1789, as a day of general Thanksgiving. For a little while, the holiday was observed faithfully, but gradually states began to observe the day at different times. In 1864, President Abraham Lincoln attempted to get things back on track with a proclamation appointing the fourth Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day, with the idea of having the day observed every year thereafter. The very next year, however, the assassination of Lincoln almost caused a suspension of this rule, but President Johnson prevailed and the uniform national observance was maintained for a while. In 1918, President Wilson made a similar proclamation. Then President Roosevelt in 1939, 1940, and 1941 proclaimed the third Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day. Congress in 1941 locked in the fourth Thursday in November. Now the icing on the cake to this lesson, or whipped cream on the pumpkin pie, is that the famous feast that people in the US envisioned was celebrated in Plymouth, Massachusetts in 1621 was not a Thanksgiving. Strictly speaking, the Puritan Thanksgiving Day was more like a Sabbath day, a day of fasting and prayer, and one where playing of sports was forbidden. Failure to properly observe the day was a crime. What did take place, historians tell us, and what all the presidential proclamations were about, was a 3-day harvest home celebration. In 1621, the main course was venison. There's no evidence that there was a turkey at all on the menu. No potatoes either. At the time, they were thought to be poisonous. There was corn. The kernels were boiled, mashed, kneaded, and then fried into a flat cake. And the celebrants ate cranberries and pumpkins and other wild fruits and nuts. But they didn't have apples, so there was no apple cider, and no apple pie or pumpkin pie, because there was no grain for flour or cows for milk to be churned into butter or whipped into cream. So things don't always end up the way we want or even think they should be. I don't think anyone would take exception to the idea that setting aside a day when we offer thanks for our blessings is a good idea. But if some of the greatest presidents in the history of our country weren't able to keep this altruistic idea going, is it any wonder we have difficulty maintaining the momentum of a good idea? Leave me a comment about your thoughts on how you are able to keep the momentum going around an idea that you believe has merit. Please also head over to motivationalcheck.com to get your daily dose of inspiration and motivation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.